Here we are. Welcome to Chris and His Love. We are having the fantasticest of time. And so I would like to ask you, what you drinking?
Oh my goodness. You thought I was going to yell. I didn't, though. In my glass, do you see it? Yes, you can see it. I have a blackberry lemonade Waterloo with a little bit of Waterloo.
Every time I hear that stupid thing.
Every single time it runs through my brain, it just adds it right back into the old jukebox in my brain. And then it has a little bit of grape Mio. Because...
Some grape drink.
Yeah, it is delish.
Nice.
What are you drinking?
I don't know.
Taste it.
What am I drinking? It looks a little yeller and a little bubbly.
Okay.
Maybe mango?
Mm.
It's bubbly.
Yes.
It's citrusy.
Mm-hmm.
Bit. Mm-hmm. But maybe some mint?
No.
No? Mm-mm.
You can do it. I believe in you. Notes of... Have you seen that?
I don't know. So sometimes with the bubbly and a little bit of flavor,
Yeah.
it kind of tastes like watered down Kool-Aid.
Okay.
It's bubbly.
Sure.
Like you've let it sit out for a while. You had ice in it, right?
Watered down.
And it watered down.
Sure.
So I'm getting like berry tropical type flavors.
Oh, that is interesting because you have a grapefruit Waterloo with orange vanilla Mio.
Oh, it's the watered down orange flavor. That's what I'm tasting.
Yeah. Yeah. Cheers me.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bing.
It's just tasty. You know what I did not do?
Noodle soup.
Is I did not put ice in because I usually am like...
Yeah, you would have.
And I know that
rocketing it all over the place.
drives you nuts.
Just right there. It's a short drive, but it's okay.
That's okay. That's okay.
So I bring that up really quick. One, because we like to do it. Two, it's kind of weird because in the sense that you always make the flavor and you're like, just taste it. And I'm always like, well, what is it? And you're like, just taste it.
You tell me.
And I don't know what hurt me when I was young that I am so like untrusting of like things.
You're
because
like,
anytime you suggest a flavor of something, I'm just like, that doesn't sound good. But then you make it and I'm like, oh, this is really delicious. Right. And then I was hearing a story on the radio, old timey radio stuff of a time where this guy was just like, picked a bag of chips and his wife was like, why did you get ketchup potato chips? And he's like, it's the color of Doritos, like nacho cheese. So he was picking it off color.
Sure.
And she was like, why in the world did you get ketchup? Because it's
like, well, that wasn't what I was trying to get.
Different over, because I think they were overseas somewhere or something.
It sounds, I know that they have it in the UK. Ketchup potato chips.
Right, but the color may be very similar to like Doritos nacho cheese.
Maybe.
You know they don't have Cool Ranch over there? You know what they call it?
Cool American.
They sure do.
Yeah.
Because Americans are cool.
Cool. Yeah, there's a lot of places they're like, what is ranch?
Yeah, I don't know what
It's delish.
in the world like got me so like apprehensive and skeptical about what I put in my mouth.
It's probably someone who was like, oh, this is disgusting. Try this. It's so good. And then you're like, okay. And you're like,
or I was
orange juice and pickles.
racking my brain because I was like, I know that I've like assumed something was one flavor and put it in my mouth at one point. And was just like, whoa, trying to get it out because it wasn't the flavor I was expecting.
Oh, not that it was bad, but because your brain was expecting one thing and then it was tasting something else.
Or it could have been bad. I can't remember.
Wow, that is some deep-seated trauma.
It's
You should go
not
to
really trauma. It's
probably not. You're like, I'm gonna need a food psychologist, not to help me get over like food issues. I need you to
but maybe
like get
that
deep
too.
down inside and tell me why I don't like when people are like, just try it. And you're like, I know I do.
Yeah, but also like
It'd be different if you had,
there's
like, an
also
older
times
brother.
where you're like, just try it, and you like put it like right
In your
at
face.
my face.
Yeah, I want
and
you
I'm
to
just
trust me. Blindly just
Yeah, no,
do it.
because it'll be the one time I do it, and you're like, oh, this is great vanilla ice cream, and it's a
Durian.
no, it's a scoop of mayonnaise.
What would be worse for you is like a scoop of cream cheese, cottage
Cottage cheese good.
cheesecake.
Yes.
Scoop of cheesecake insides.
Oh,
You would have a lot bigger
like
deal.
cheesecake flavored ice cream? No, thank you.
Or like the ready whipped stuff from Philadelphia, the no bake. And just right in there.
Oh, if you put it on a bagel, like it was supposed to be like a. Oh my goodness.
April Fools.
Boom.
Go ahead and forget that before April Fools if you.
And then I saw a thing where people are like getting soy sauce bottles that fit their cups of like their other and just like having nothing in it. And then like giving them, because it's like a straw cup, like from Chick-fil-A or something, so you can't see inside.
Sure.
And they hand them their drink and it's soy sauce. Because they put the straw down into the bottle, into the soy sauce.
So they put the bottle in the cup and lidded it, and then that's diabolical.
Right? Talk about a salt lick.
Soy sauce would be so much better than like fish sauce.
I don't know. I kind of like fish sauce.
I don't think I'd want like a whole mouthful.
Yeah, granted, I don't think I would want a mouthful of it.
Like that's
but,
like a dashing situation.
Yeah, for sure.
Not a gulping sitch.
Yeah, definitely on a Vietnamese noodle salad. Little fish sauce.
Yes.
Yeah. Fish sauce.
But definitely not just a gulp of. That is true.
Right. So now, all of that being said,
Yeah.
I'm sure this happened to you, because I'm sure it's happened to me. I just can't remember. Maybe you can remember. Like you were expecting one thing, but got another when it came to a flavor or like you like picked something, like you assumed it was one thing, and then you got it, and it was like, nope.
Every time I go for an apple,
Yeah.
a Washington apple,
Yeah.
you're like, this seems crisp, and then it's mealy and yuck.
Yes.
That is always, if you're in a different state, though, I know we've said this before, if you're in a different state, Washington apples are good.
Yes, I know. I grew up with them.
I know, and I'm like, I don't
Indiana.
understand. Anytime we went to like a different state and they would do like for youth camp or something and they had sack lunches, they always had Washington apples. And I'm like, why though? Well, they were so good. I was like, oh, any hoot. Now, I mean, there's so many good apples.
Yeah. So, and
I don't know if anything else that I have been like
surprised.
Or
like you pick something off color and you're like, that color is not this flavor. You know, because like Doritos is that specific red. And you get it expecting a certain flavor and it's like, instead it's ketchup. You're like, that's not this flavor.
Have you ever played the game Bean Boozled? With the jelly beans and you
I don't know that I've
flick the spinner and then you choose a color.
maybe once, but I don't think I ever got the gross
It
flavor.
could be green apple or it could be boogie.
Yeah.
I have played that game.
I've seen some
I
like
don't like that
snot
game.
or vomit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
I don't
good.
know that I think I've played it, but I don't think I ever got a bad flavor.
Yeah.
Because all I do is win, win, win.
I definitely lost. I got booger. I was like, no, thank you. You just like, it looks the same. You take one bite, And you're like, I have made
You
a
know what?
mistake.
You
I
know-
have made a mistake.
You know what you could have done? You could have played it off and like bit it and like, ooh, booger, I haven't tasted this in years.
Oh, gross. Shoot, this reminds me. Afternoon snack, heck yeah. No, thank you. That's yucky. I'm sorry we went there, guys.
I'm not. It's hilarious.
And what if they have a weak tummy?
Good for them. I'm helping them with their calorie counting.
We're helping you with your fortitude. Your food fortitude? No, because boogies aren't food. Your whatever, just fortitude. You want to see this?
Fortifying your.
Look at it. It looks like, oh, it's cone. Now it looks like a pineapple.
Keep
It's
that
really
thing right side up.
It's very fun. I held it like this and then booped the cat on the nose. She tried to eat it.
Well, everybody, if you don't know, she's a fidgeter
Oh, yeah.
all the time.
If I'm ever looking down and not up or over, it's because I'm looking at what my hands
Lost
are
in a
doing.
fidget.
Or drawing or something. If you look here, it's just like a bunch of like squiggles from when we were doing our Chris in the Bible. We were doing a recount of Sunday at church. But to keep like my brain engaged,
Just stop.
I am so sorry. Well, I was fixing it.
It doesn't need to
I
fix.
didn't want it. Yeah, I knocked it off to my shoulder, and she doesn't say much.
Oh, she says more than you think she says.
Boo, boo. Take it to the shoulder. Anyway, what? Doesn't matter. I was listening to the. Are you?
Squirrel!
Did you? I was listening to.
You squirreled a squirrel.
Okay. I was watching. Nope, listening to a second date update.
Oh, no.
And there was this guy, he had dated his girlfriend since high school. They'd been together for 10 years.
Uh-huh.
And he was in his, I think, like, he was in his mid-20s.
Like, if they
Late
dated
20s.
for 10 years.
Yeah, I think it was probably like,
So probably not senior year.
so, right.
So
I
he
think
would be like
said,
28
freshman.
if he was 10
Let's say they
years.
started freshman. That'd be 26, 16,
24?
25, 14,
24.
24. So
No.
between 24 and 28, all right?
Yeah.
Math.
Math. You're good at it.
Not so much. If they were like, do some math, we'll murder your family, I'd be like, I'll see you in heaven. So, I mean, I would try, obviously, but also test anxiety. I'd be like, this is really to save someone's life. Like this, I did not prepare for this. Anywho, so he had dated his high school girlfriend for 10 years, and they had broken up a year before. And he went on this date with a girl and just
It was her again, and he didn't know who she was.
no.
Oh,
No, that'd be funny.
she changed so much.
She got a hair color. I didn't even know. She got
She
it
had-
all, but I didn't know.
Oh, she's like super. She had glasses on. I didn't recognize her.
Couldn't even tell. I was like, what? No, so he goes on a date with this girl. And he's like, she was so funny and so sweet. She was just so sweet. And her hair was beautiful and smelled so good. And you're immediately like, bro, those are inside thoughts. And he's like, we had such a great time. And they're like, well, did you like kiss on the first date? And he's like, no, because I want that to be like special. And he's like, we did hug though. But in the middle of recounting things, he's crying. And
Oh no.
yeah, he's crying. And they're like, what is happening? And they're like, okay, well, I don't understand why you're crying. And he's like, she was just so sweet and her hair smelled so good. And they're like, dude, you're saying her hair. Like, stop talking about her hair. It sounds weird. Anyway, turns out So he was just like, I don't understand. We had such a great date. They call the girl, Avi, second date update. Call the girl, and she's like, oh, it was a great date. He had a really good time. And they're like, he did? You didn't? And she's like, no, I mean, yeah, it was a good date, but I think he had a much better time than I did. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, well, he went to Twitter and he tweeted about our date 5 times in an hour or something like that.
Oh.
And one of the tweets was like, at last, my love has come along, in like quotes with like Etta James. And they were like, that's too soon. And he's
Too
like,
soon, bro. Too soon.
like, what? I just wanted to let you know that I was like serious. And she's like, that's no. Anyway, we really like.
You the puts the lotion on his skin vibes.
He was just like, yeah. She was like, you need to be single for longer.
Yeah.
And he's like, you mean like alone? And they're like, yeah, like go do things alone, like have like casual dates. Don't like try to get engaged anytime soon. Like just spend some time by yourself. And he's like, alone? And I'm like, well, yeah. So they're like, okay, we have to ask, would you like to go on a date with him? And she's like, no. I could probably set him up with one of my friends, though. And we're like, why would you do that? And she's like, he definitely needs practice.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Anyway, so then I was thinking, is there anything about me that would maybe make somebody be like, oh, don't call her back if I went on a date?
It all depends.
On the person?
No. If they're put off by your personality or not.
I mean, that's really the whole thing.
Well,
For anybody. If anyone, like if you're
yeah,
ever not.
but no.
Do you have specifics about my personality that people would be put off by?
No, it's
I'm squealing.
you are squealing, and I'm trying to
That's
do
not feedback.
mental gymnastics over here.
No,
To try
it
to
wasn't
wordsmith.
put you on the spot. It wasn't to put you
No,
on
I'm
the
not
spot.
saying that you are putting me on the spot. I think I put myself on the spot by opening my mouth. Anyway, no, it's just like me. Mm-hmm. A strong personality. Yeah. And if people can't handle that, then that's just, yeah.
That is, yeah. I mean, I heard it once that everyone is crazy. When people are like, oh, that girl's crazy or that guy's crazy. Everyone is crazy. You just have to figure out what level of crazy you want.
Yeah, you heard that from a very smart man.
I'm like, what level of crazy? Mm-hmm. It looks like a sponge. This way.
It does look
This
like
looks
a sponge.
like, oh, hold on. Wait for it. Rotate. Rotate.
It's like the futuristic multi-shape thing.
No, now it looks like a waffle fry.
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking.
There it is.
Right.
Now it looks like a waffle fry. That's funny.
But yeah, that's a good thing you did hear that from a very smart man.
Who?
Over there sounding like an owl.
Who?
Me, my love. Me. That's who you heard it from.
Her. All about the attention, huh?
Sometimes, once in a while.
No, I love you. Yeah, no. I was like, it's all about the kind of crazy you're willing to deal with for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. And he chose this crazy.
Just remember that next time you're frustrated, you chose this crazy.
No, I know. I know. There are times just like, oh, just listen to me. I'm like, I chose him.
Same, bro. Same, bro.
I chose him. I knew that he was going to test my ever-loving patience when I met him. We definitely, I think, make our lives
interesting?
Yeah.
Is that what you want to say?
And I was like, is that the word? Adventurous? I don't think it is. We'll go with it though. Thesaurus it. Yeah. Anyway, they had a purple one of these too, but I think I was like, no, I think I like yellow. I like yellow better than purple, I think. In
The
different
thing's
situations.
really like got your attention tonight.
This one?
Just keep coming back to it.
I just really want everybody to see it. It's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, you like it. It's good. It's good.
I was trying to figure out how they did it. Like, I can't even imagine the person who had to use their little fingies and pop all these together. No, thank you.
Yeah.
And I got it on sale. I'm sorry, whoever had put this together and your work was on sale. This is miraculous.
It happens, though.
It reminds me of a lightning bolt. Like something that, like Zeus. Say Zeus is real, right? And he's up on
Mount Olympus.
Olympus. Thank
Yep.
you. And he has lightning bolts, but really, they're these. And so he's up there. Maybe he's listening to all the people and they're like, oh, Zeus, I need help with blah, blah, blah. Or listen to this thing, something. And he's like sitting there with his lightning bolts. But really, he's like under the dais. Anyway, maybe he's got his hands behind his back and he's like, la, 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 la. He's not really listening to the people. He's like, yes, give them back their chicken. Thank you. No, it's probably not
Funny.
Any hoot.
It also reminds me of like the movement of a cartoon character. Like when they're jumping and moving, like Veggie Tales.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's like if Larry were to like jump.
Yeah, or if you go small to a little bit bigger, like the
Bob.
tomato.
Jump, boop, ba-doop, ba-doop.
Yeah. Yep.
Any hoot.
Any
Not
hassles.
sponsored. Don't even know what it's called.
Well, you're not even give a name or anything. It's fine.
I don't know what it's called. I didn't even look at the box. I saw what?
What?
I didn't hear you. I saw this inside the little package and I was like, oh, I bet that's one of those things.
So descriptive.
I don't know what it is. But in my head I knew what it was. Look at this. It looks like magic. Ready? Oh, everything is fine. I just have this disc. Battle mode.
You're so funny.
Anyway, that's probably good.
I think it is time for battle mode, meaning battle for some food.
Yeah, it's time to make
It's
dinner.
dinner time. So thank you for listening or watching whatever you did. Hopefully you had a laugh. Maybe tell us a time when you put something in your mouth and you're like, yeah, nope. And
Or if you have a favorite fidget.
favorite fidget.
Have you tried this thing?
Ooh, there you go. You maybe come up with favorite fidgets. A whole list of favorite fidgets.
Oh my god, I would love. My goodness, I would love a list of fidgets. That was loud. I'm so sorry.
You know.
Nope.
Anyway, go ahead and hit the like, whether you liked it or not. Go ahead and comment below. Maybe subscribe
You
to
should.
the channel because we'll be back next week with our
Yes.
fun ramblings and laughter. We'll talk to you later. Bye.